Hello again from Firefly Ministry. We've all experienced it. The brief sound of a blast to gain our attention, and then a quick glance in the rearview mirror where we spot the blue lights signaling us to pull over. Now, some people cry when they want to get out of a speeding ticket. Others become indignant about being stopped and shake with anger as they ask the officer, "Do you know who I am?" They're unable to fathom that their fame can't solve this problem. Do you know who I am? That's a rhetorical question used to impress someone in an arrogant or maybe a pompous manner. It's used to show how important, how powerful or famous the speaker is. Now, I'm sure we've all heard about someone who flaunted their fame to get out of trouble, or maybe just to impress someone with the importance of their title, or some other egotistical reason. Famous people have said, "Do you know who I am?" run the gamut. From the girl next door like Reese Witherspoon to the sometimes over-the-top Alec Baldwin. But what's always shocking to me is that whoever it is, they expect this fame card, "Do you know who I am?" to work. There's the time in 2009 when Miley Cyrus had a problem holding her tongue. She had walked into a fast food restaurant and was stunned when the cashier asked her for a name to put on the order. She said, "You don't recognize me, I'm Miley Cyrus." And then for nostalgia, there's Faye Dunaway, who had recently won the Oscar for the movie Network. It seems that she couldn't get recognized at the Banana Republic department store. Now, according to sources, she put her foot down when the clerk asked to see her ID. Her response, "Don't you know who I am?" And then there was a traffic stop for speeding. It was all caught on body cam. The officer could be heard telling Florida congressional candidate Martin Hyde he was doing 57 in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. And she also observed that he was either looking at his phone or texting. He started by asking, "Do you know who I am?" as he held up his cell phone, which had a case printed, Hyde 2022. Now, needless to say, after the body cam footage made its way to the evening news, Hyde's campaign took a turn for the worse. There's a new genre of TV shows that features performance disguised to hide their identity. The Masked Singer is a reality singing competition where celebrities sing in elaborate costumes and masks to conceal their real identity. The show features panelists who attempt to guess the singer's identity based on answers to their questions and the performance of the singers. Now, Jesus asked a lot of questions. Query was one of his favorite teaching tools. One of the questions Jesus put to his disciples was, "Who do you say that I am?" The question drew out a response that's instructive for us all today. The context of the question, "Who do you say that I am?" is important. We read, "And it happened, as he was alone praying, that his disciples joined him. And he asked them, saying, 'Who do the crowds say that I am?' So they answered and said, 'John the Baptist. But some say Elijah, and others say that one of the old prophets has risen again.' He said to them, 'But who do you say that I am?'" Jesus' question, "Who do you say that I am?" was not a sign of ignorance on his part. He knew everything, including what was on the minds of his disciples. This week, Pastor Fuller continues his series on the questions of God. This week, Questions of Jesus, Part 1. The question, "Who do you say I am?" was not motivated by some type of self-conceit or vanity. Jesus didn't need or desire to fish for compliments. Rather, his question was aimed at provoking the disciples to examine in their hearts their level of faith. I want to invite you to join us in our sanctuary this Sabbath for Pastor Fuller's message, Questions of Jesus, Part 1. But if you can't do that, be sure to visit with us on Facebook or YouTube for this Sabbath service. And until then, have a blessed week.